What's good, y'all? It's Drew here, back with another video. Today we got the Minato one-shot manga, so I have to give my thoughts on it. Real quick, I want to say thank you for getting me to 500 subs. We've been at it for a while now, so it is always great to hit a new milestone. And I actually got monetized, so I'm going to be having super chats, and I'm going to set up the membership soon. So if you feel inclined to, what I'm saying, I would really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you guys for all the work you've done, subbing, liking. Whether you've been following for 2 years now, you were following from CA Analysis, or you just joined off of the new Bleach video I dropped. I appreciate you guys all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. But we obviously know about the Naruto poll we got. It was probably in like December that they were polling every single Naruto character, and the person that won would get a one shot. And Minato got he won it, which I'm super glad for, because I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't want to see like a Itachi or Sakura one. Those shits would not have hit hard. So with the Minato one, we get a kind of, it seems like a flash forward kind of thing where it's Minato and this random ass, he looks like a Storm Shinobi, and Jiraya, and a guy that looks like Uchiha, which I guess it would make sense. He probably is an Uchiha. He looked a lot like Sasuke. I was super confused at first. We get to kind of see Kurama and Kushina kind of talking it over, and Kushina's having nightmares. They feel like Kurama was kind of different than how he was with Naruto. Like, I don't think Naruto ever had like bad dreams, for instance. That's something Kushina had. One thing we do peep is that Kushina is talking about she has like ceiling training with Minato she's gonna do later. And that shit was cool to me, because people have always kind of speculated that Minato's a low-key ceiling master, because I mean, one, he's married to Kushina, who's an Uzumaki, and he had the Reaper Death Seal, which is probably the most powerful sealing jutsu that we know in the series. So it made sense that Minato would be a sealing expert. So I kind of get confirmation that Minato's a sealing, like, he's a sealing guy. It was really cool to see. But to touch on why I said Kurama's a little different, they talk about how she can't leave the barrier, which I'm thinking, like, what the fuck? Like, when has this ever been a thing? Like, I'm fairly certain watching Naruto, that nigga Naruto was going everywhere at any point in time, like whenever he wanted. So that was a weird thing, but it seems like maybe it has something to do with like the sealing in Konoha. Like, maybe it's a stronger seal that it makes sure Kurama can't really leave his body. And also we do have to kind of note that Naruto does only have half of Kurama, so maybe that has something to do with it as well. Minato basically tells Kushina, like, hey, yo, chill, I'm working on a special technique, and it's a really dangerous technique I can't really like tell you and stuff. And we all kind of know what it is. Rasengan. When we found out we were getting the Minato one shot, one thing that I was really excited for was him mastering Rasengan and him learning Flying Thunder God. So seeing that he has Rasengan is a really, really cool thing. So we get a flashback to Kushina, and I think her name is Mito Uzumaki, and she basically talks living as the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails and how it's all about love and being a vessel. And it just feels different than Naruto's, like Naruto being a vessel. Like, it felt more like Naruto had this crazy power up, but it didn't feel as like daunting as it is with Kushina in his one shot. So Mito is kind of taking Kushina to go see some of the Uzumaki stuff. Flash from there to Kushina basically using the sealing techniques which she already has. And that shit is tough, because they basically point out, like, with each passing year, the binding power gets stronger. And I didn't really ever know if that was the binding power of Kurama or if that was the binding power of the chain. And we get like an inner world thing with Kurama and Kushina kind of talking. And again, it just feels different, because I know like Kurama in part 1 especially would always try to convince Naruto. It was not as like deliberate as it is with Kushina. He's literally like, oh, I can release you from the people who made you like this. Don't get your hatred. Don't trust anyone. It never felt like the Nine Tails or Kurama was specifically trying to convince Naruto, like, fuck these niggas. Flash, forward a little bit to Minato and Jiraiya. We get to see their training and the cool dynamic between the two. We see Minato's working on the Rasengan and stuff. Minato's kind of struggling with it. And Jiraiya, he talks about how when you're needing chakra, it's about the rotation of your hair. Whenever Jiraiya needs chakra, he rotates it to the right, because that's the way his hair swirls, to the right. And when he looks at Minato, he's like, hey, yo, nigga, like, your shit swirls in 2 different ways. So we also get the popsicle scene, which I love. That shit was amazing, because obviously we know the popsicle scene means a lot to Naruto, Jiraiya, like that dynamic. So to see that Jiraiya did it with Minato as well, that was great to see. But it gave Minato a whole idea. He does both swirls in his mind, and after he figures that out, he makes the Rasengan, which was really, really tough to see. With the Kushina stuff, she basically had left places she was supposed to be. I guess there's like a certain spot in Konoha that she can't escape, where she's not allowed to leave, or she leaves that area, the Nine Tails influence can be a lot higher, which again, this is something that I feel like we didn't see with Naruto. So I don't know if it's like a different seal, or if it's because it's the full Nine Tails or something. But because she left the area, Kushina starts wilding out. She meets where Minato and Jiraiya were training and starts partial transforming. Come to find out, Minato is like a seal on her. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I want to more touch on what exactly like Kurama says about it. Even though he's not from the Uzumaki clan, he's able to enhance the four seal symbol with his own technique. And then he's like, a shinobi of the caliber of the first Hokage, there are others still like him. And this is Kurama. So this is a nigga that knows how powerful hashirama is. Kurama's just asking him like, why does a shinobi like you want to be involved with Kushina? Like, why do you care? And he was like, it's because I love strong people, especially people stronger than me. And that's why I love Kushina. We go back to the whole flashback with Kushina and Mito, and come to find out that the little, I'm gonna call it like the uzumaki hideout, right? It leads to a spiral staircase. And she was saying like once you go to this place, it'll help you like clear your mind or whatever. Once they go up the spiral staircase, it's basically a beautiful view of the Kage summit. That was the whole thing where she was like, basically, it's true that we may be inside the vortex. She said, but if you can find love, the vortex will turn to a spiral. And obviously we know what is Rasengan, like the spiral. I don't even know how, but Minato's basically inside of Kushina's like spirit world or whatever. And Kurama has the tail beast palm. He's about to attack Minato, and Minato's countering with a Rasengan, which is tough as hell. And throughout basically the whole one shot, we know that Minato was struggling to kind of come up with basically a name for the jutsu. And at the end, she looks at him and she's like, oh, spiraling spheres, Rasengan. And he's like, what? She's like, yeah, that's what I want to call the name of the jutsu. And he's like, yeah, that's a cool name. And then the last panel is actually beautiful as hell, because I didn't even peep this until just now. Obviously, the Hokage summit, it's the Kages. So we have Hashirama, Tobirama, and then Hiruzen. And then you see Minato looking at Kushina. And if you look at the picture, it looks like his face is on the summit, even though he's real. But yeah, I like the one shot. It felt short. I mean, it's a one shot, so you can't expect too much. But I did enjoy seeing Minato and Kushina, the dynamic. We saw a little bit of jiraya that was cool. One thing also to note is that Minato had mastered the Flying Thunder God before he mastered the Rasengan, which is crazy to me because the Flying Thunder God is a way harder technique to master, right? Just inherently. It is unfortunate because I did want to see like the Flying Thunder God stuff, see him master and learn that. But I guess we kind of like already know the idea. But this was more of like a Minato Kushina love story kind of thing, which is fine. Let me know what you guys thought about the one-shot chapter. I think it was definitely worth the wait. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the chapter and all that. But I'm out, so peace.